Breaking news, a North Attleboro man was stabbed to death around 1 this morning in the parking lot of the Cadillac Lounge in Providence. The Board of Licenses has ordered the lounge to shut down temporarily for 72 hours. We'll keep you updated as we learn more. We are 13 days away from Election Day, and voters nationwide are hearing from candidates trying to get your support. The results are in for Rhode Island's gubernatorial primary election. The Democratic nomination belongs to Dan McKee, but was not won without a fight. In the last couple of weeks, we saw the gloves come off as candidates sought to secure a nomination. Police say the 13-year-old was hit crossing Dyer Ave by a tire. Today, orange markers can still be seen where it all happened. A fire broke out around 11:30 last night at the Knock on Wood furniture store in Lincoln. The fire started in the basement of the building and traveled up 4 stories. Police say the building will need to be demolished today in order to prevent fallout from the collapse. The furniture store was overtaken by flames as fire crews were on scene for hours trying to put out the fire.
And then watched as the roof started to catch fire.
Assistant Chief Robert Fitcherson said wood, lacquer, and other materials inside the building contributed to the fire.
Several of the floors collapsed on each other, and we're just not able to get back in there and fully extinguish the fire. So we're having a demolition crew come in and pull it apart.
Skydrone 12 footage shows the aftermath of the fire just this morning.
It was burning all night.
Infrared footage shows a hotspot still active 12 hours after the fire started. The Knock on Wood furniture store is an integral part of the community, and neighbors are saddened to see it go.
It's just a wonderful part of this community. I know so many people that have gone there, including myself. But hopefully they can rebuild and we can get them back up and running.
Firefighters remain on the scene as we await the demolition crew. In the meantime, we'll keep you updated as we learn more. I'm Jessica Costantino, 12 News. Police say an assault occurred tonight at a park in North Attleboro where one was left injured during a fight. Now, police are searching for 2 suspects. Police say those suspects allegedly showed a gun and fled after the assault. The Massachusetts State Police Air Wing assisted in the search for the suspects along with canines and officers on the ground. Police say there is no current threat to the public. Reporting from North Attleboro, I'm Jessica Costantino. The Hope Street bike lane has been cause for debate over the past couple of weeks. As you can see here behind me, people are voicing their opinions on the trial trail. Local business owner Asher Schofield, owner of Frog and Toad on Hope Street, was seen using the bike lane today, stopping to share his thoughts.
Call myself open-minded about this project, where I just am curious to see what the impact is going to be on parking. It's always seemed like there's plenty of parking in the Hope Street area, just using side streets. That's where I park every day.
He tells us he is open-minded to the idea of the bike lane, saying that business is going as usual, but understands concerns.
Well, I think it's fair to look at an issue from all angles, and I certainly share concerns with all business owners. They're valid, but I also want to have the view on this project of a cyclist, even though I'm not a very good one.
The snow has been falling all morning in western New York and around the Great Lakes. The city of Buffalo is under a state of emergency because of this dangerously strong storm. In some places, the snow is falling at a rate of up to 4 inches an hour. Bannon is also facing separate legal problems in New York. Last month, prosecutors charged him with money laundering, conspiracy, and scheming to defraud donors who wanted to build a wall along the U.S. border with Mexico. Bannon called those charges politically motivated. Thanks for joining us. I'm Jessica Costantino. The First Lady will be landing at TF Green, then heading to Providence. She'll also be spending some time with local politicians. An update now on the MBTA struggles on the Orange Line. Massachusetts senators are responding to a recent letter sent by the general manager of the MBTA. An analysis says inflation is forcing consumers to spend hundreds of additional dollars each month. Those items included utilities, gas, groceries, medical care, and more. Former Trump aide Steve Bannon received his punishment today for failing to cooperate with congressional committee investigating the January 6th Capitol attack. 12 News reporter Skylar Henry has the latest from Capitol Hill. 12 News reporter Alexandra Leslie begins our coverage live from Warwick. We are 13 days away from Election Day, and voters nationwide are hearing from candidates trying to get your support. Good afternoon, I'm Jessica Costantino. Authorities have now identified a woman killed in a house fire that broke out in Attleboro overnight. The Bristol County District Attorney's Office says Judith Henricks lost her life in the fire, which broke out around 1 this morning. With a visit like this, you may notice some delays and extra security out there today. The snow is not only impacting the roads, but all travel. Nearly every flight coming in and departing from Buffalo's main airport is canceled. The NFL moved the Buffalo Bills home game against the Cleveland Browns to Detroit because of the weather. 12 News reporter Alexandra Leslie begins our coverage live from Warwick. Former Trump aide Steve Bannon received his punishment today for failing to cooperate with congressional committee investigating the January 6th Capitol attack. 12 News reporter Skylar Henry has the latest from Capitol Hill. A Woonsocket man was arraigned today after police say he stole a car and crashed it into a Dollar Tree. Police Chief Thomas Oates tells us officers were responding to a disturbance at home when 49-year-old Scott Stern stole a car and took off. He then crashed it into the Dollar Tree where he was recently fired, just missing a young girl who was there. New at noon, a decision on a new leader for Lifespan. The Rhode Island healthcare giant announced this morning they've selected John Fernandez as the new president and chief executive officer.